There was a vote today on rights for IVF. Here's what happened.
On this vote, the yeas are 51, the nays are 44. 3/5 of the senators duly chosen and sworn not having voted in the affirmative. The motion upon reconsideration is not agreed to.
So that happened today, and Lana she mentioned to me yesterday, it was the first time I actually heard it, but then I read about it a little bit more today, and Kamala Harris had some comments about what happened in Georgia. Lana, you're more well-versed in that. Would you like to explain and give us your thoughts?
Sure, which is kind of separate from the IVF
yes.
vote today, but
it's separate, but sort of in the same ballpark.
In the same ballpark, right. It's like, the impacts of abortion bans. And when women were saying, or people were saying, women are going to die, it wasn't being hyperbolic. Like, this is women are dying, right? And so now they have the maternal mortality tracking organization or something who are investigating maternal deaths now in Georgia, and they found 2 cases and there's probably more, but they've just started, that have been deemed preventable had they been able to get abortion care. The first case was Amber Thurman. I think she passed away back in August. She was a single mom. Her son was 6 years old. She took the abortion pill because she was pregnant. I think she traveled to another state to get the abortion pill, traveled back to Georgia, ended up not feeling good, was sick, went into the hospital. So when you take the abortion pill, like, it just passes. It's almost like a miscarriage. Everything just passes through you. Everything didn't pass. There was still tissue or whatever inside. That's all I can inside. So she went to the hospital. Normal, everyday procedure. Doctors do it all the time. DNC all the time. They just go in, scrape out the rest of it, and you're on your way. Simple procedure all the time. Just all the time it happens. However, when the abortion ban took effect, DNCs are considered abortion, because remember, these pieces of cells you got floating around in there, they are saying that those are people. So if you touch the people, although they can't live outside of the body, so that means they're what? Like this girl said, I don't know if you saw the video, parasite. It's a parasite. It can't live outside. It can't live without a host. These cells, they would not treat her. They would not scrape these cells. She had to get to the point where mother's life is in danger. Again, Idaho went to the Supreme Court because who the fuck knows what the life of a mother in danger is? What does that look like? 1 organ failing, 2 organ failing, blood pressure dropping. What the fuck does that look like? Nobody knows. Nor did the people in Georgia, because she was there for 20 hours while the infection, because again, it's another thing that happens, because now you have these alien cells inside of you that should not be there, because there is no pregnancy. The infection starts to spread through her body. They're still waiting because it has to be imminent danger. Her blood pressure's dropping, still fucking waiting. She's in a hospital bed and she's going, I hope I don't die. I have a 6-year-old son. Literally saying these things. She dies. Like, by the time they finally got to do the surgery, she dies. Second woman, I think she had a non-viable fetus. She passed because they made her carry it. So fucking that you can't carry something that's like, what the fuck? You're making, it's more than cruel. It's like women are dying like horrible and painful and cruel deaths. That's painful. You're body is being taken over by infection. And Vance was in Georgia celebrating what Trump did. Trump said, "This is what we wanted." Tell that to Amber's son.
Yeah,
Tell
I
her
mean,
mom.
Lana, and you say tell that to Amber Son, and you just gave obviously a very passionate viewpoint of being a woman, and who had children before. And I've said this before too. Being a man, and if you have that woman in your life, if that's your wife, if that's your daughter, that's in the hospital, let's say, I'm the husband and my wife just had the baby and needs that very simple procedure. And I say, okay, I'm just going to run to the bathroom. I'll be back. And next thing you know, I come back and she's fucking dead because they won't do this. What you said is a very routine and
Sure
simple
did.
procedure. Should
Yes.
not only just offend women, this should be offending everybody in the country. This could affect your wife, your daughter, your mom, your niece, your friends' wives, your friends' daughters, your friend. I
There's
mean,
so many cases, Brian. Like, it's just the scenarios are endless, and it's like they didn't think it out because they didn't care. Like, that's just one scenario. Then you have the scenario of, a fetus just dying, right? Like, there's nothing. The fetus, no heartbeat, nothing. Still can't touch it. You have to miscarry it. Like, it has to run through you, so you have to continue to walk around with a dead thing inside of you while people are like, "Hey, when are you due?" Like, how traumatic is that? What if you have kids at home? "Mommy, when's the baby coming?" What? How traumatic is that? I told you about the cancer patients in Republican states who have to stop chemo because the chemotherapy will kill the embryo. So instead of letting them get rid of the embryo, you have to stop your chemotherapy.
Yeah, this is let's say it's rough stuff to just talk about and listen to, but imagine the ones that it's actually happening to.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking nightmare. It's out of control. It's a nightmare. Lana, they had the ruling today on blocking IVF, and it does suck. But boy, the timing for them probably isn't the greatest because you're doing it 7 weeks before an election. We say this before, but this by far, it's not even close, the most consequential election of our lifetimes. This is one that it is a make or break for the United States of America. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not being over dramatic. This is make or break for this country because it is going to be difficult to think that if Donald Trump can win the presidency, that he can't win the House and he can't win the Senate as well. Because if they're voting top ticket, they're voting right below it too.
Yeah.
And if you get the House, the Senate, and the presidency, wave goodbye. I mean, just really wave goodbye. And I got news for you. The ones who think that that's going to be awesome, I promise you at some point you are going to regret your decision. I promise you that's going to happen.
Yeah. Unions, gone. You're not
Unions.
gonna
Yeah,
be
that's
protected. Yeah, unions are done.
yeah.
Regulations, done. You'd be lucky if we get clean water. That shit's done. Federal employees, bye-bye.
The economy.
Yeah. Because they're gonna give and then Trump has that new crypto business that he's gonna deregulate all the whatever the FCC or whatever the hell deals with friggin' money shit. Man.
The funny thing is that I want to just for all the crypto owners out there that Donald Trump knows nothing, like literally nothing about crypto. So if you think he's going to do something for you, I promise you he's not. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know what he's saying. He's just regurgitating pieces of what he hears people telling him. And he just goes out and says it just like he did at that economy club in New York. I mean, the answers he was giving about the economy, and then people at the end of it clapping at it because he
Yeah.
just said, "Make America great again," and people are like, "Yay!" And it's just like,
Yeah.
but secretly they're like, "Oh, what is he saying?"
Yeah. That's why he was golfing with that dude, Steve Whitker or whatever, Whitcall or whatever the hell his name, the guy who stole money from the immigrant fund or some shit. That guy.
Steve Bannon?
No,
Oh, no.
the
Oh,
guy
no.
he was golfing with, that guy that he was golfing with
I didn't
that.
even see it.
Okay,
No,
so
I
the
don't know.
guy he was golfing with at his club before the guy tried to,
Oh, this was on Sunday?
yes,
As
that
I
guy.
said, and I'll let you finish, but real quick. I
Mhm.
mean, NFL Sunday, nobody's paying attention.
I know, but this is crazy because that guy Steve Whitcall or whatever his name is had a whole bunch of failed businesses, but he also stole a lot of money from some type of immigration fund, like helping immigrants get whatever visa this or visa that. I don't know. You have to look it up. It's very complicated and complex. But he stole millions of dollars from immigrants. This guy that he's playing golf with. But his latest thing is crypto stuff. So that's why Trump is golfing with this guy, because this guy is going to be his new partner. But it's interesting that this guy stole all this money from immigrants, and now Trump is denigrating Haitian immigrant. Like, it's just so weird and connected, all of it.
Yeah, there's too much weirdness. There's too much connected. And you talk about Donald Trump wins. You know who his press secretary is going to be? Laura Loomer.
Yeah.
Could you fucking imagine her answering questions for? If I'm a journalist, a real journalist, I don't even fucking show up.
Disgusting.
I wouldn't even go. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't even go. Let Fox and Newsmax and let them do it every fucking day.
Right.
Who gives a fuck?
Right.
And then the rest of the channels don't even cover it.